Take two. Take two.
All right, would it go first or you?
Okay. I'm gonna let you start this time.
Okay.
see what you guys are saying here.
Let's bring the mic back.
Blue Mox, what's up, Blue Mox? Chuck says if we could drop back in time on the Sunset Strip, we would both be guitar gods. Yes, I agree with that. At least for a week. Yeah, sure, why not?
Heck yeah.
Edward says hello. And John says we're rocking now. And Sub-Zero says he's being pulled into another dimension. And he likes it.
Oh.
So cool, very cool.
Spicy.
Ryan, thank you. And, unfortunately, Mitch is not feeling so hot. He says he's been feeling horrible. Sorry to hear that, Mitch. Hope you will be doing much better soon. And Andy says, this is sick. Could use some whammy. Yeah, no whammies. Sorry, guys, no whammies. Edward, hello. He said, hi, Bald Shredder. Hello, Edward. Yeah, so 2 yards. 2 yards says, hey, Lester, but he didn't say, hey, Bald Shredder.
Oh.
But I'll say, hey, 2 yards.
Oh, man. So, killer licks, by the way. That sounded awesome.
It was okay. You know, in my defense, I haven't played guitar for like about 7 days, and today's the first time I played in about 7 days, and I think I hit some out-of-key notes in there, which is always a bummer, but, you know.
You and me both, man. I was all over the place. But, you know, to be honest, we don't do these types of, like, you know, jams, and then especially live. Like, you know, we're just kind of guys that record and jam on our own, so, you know.
Yeah, and I think you probably feel the same. And just so everybody out there knows, like, when there's another person sitting there and you're trying to, like, play at the same time with another person or whatever, just do something that's a little different than how we're normally used to doing it. You feel a little nervous, and you start making mistakes, and, you know, you're sitting here trading licks back and forth with another person, and it does make you feel a little, like, anxious, right? And you just kind of feel nervous, and you might make some mistakes that maybe you might normally might not. So
yeah,
there's that to consider, guys. Yeah,
especially when that person watching is the Bald Shredder. I mean, that's a lot of pressure, guys.
Can we need to get something out there. Let's just get this out of the way. You are a much better guitar player than me. There's no point in denying it. Everybody out there knows that, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't have to be the best. I know I'm not the best, and you know, I play some stuff that's cool. But I mean, seriously, see, even Barky agrees down there. You can play like a variety of styles. Like you can do jazz on a clean setting. You can play some blues kind of licks, some country, classical. You know, I've heard you play like all kinds of different things, and you know a lot of like the theory and a lot of the technical stuff that I don't know. So anyway, my point is, I think you're a overall much more well-rounded and a better player, and that's okay. I'm good with that.
Honestly, I would disagree with you only because like you could put all those things. You could be a jack of all trades. Like, you know, I can do all these things in some degree, but like I'm not a master at any of them. Whereas like you have your craft, and it maybe seems like not as well-rounded to you what you do, but it's like really well done. It has more feeling and phrasing than I have and stuff I do. So like you have a signature feel that's kind of hard. I've always had a hard time with feeling. You know, when you're playing, and you guys probably can relate to that. When you're like soloing, you kind of like. It's hard to feel the groove sometimes.
Yeah.
But you always are on point with your playing, so.
Yeah. Well, let's see what people have to say, what they think about that. Let's see. Doroteo. What's up, Doroteo? He says 2 out of 3 of my favorite guitar slingers on YouTube. Thanks, Doroteo. Who's the third one? Is it Metal Dude? Probably not. Searching for Tone. What's up, dude? Berserker Land Studio. Hello, hello. Aren't there laws against you to being in the same room together? There might be laws against the universe. Like the amount of shred just might be causing a tear in the space-time continuum.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, Doroteo says he ordered the same shirt.
Oh.
Very cool. Good to know.
Nice, man.
Good to know.
Thanks for the order of the merch, man.
Oh, and Mitch wants to know, he's asking you if you're playing through the Boss Katana. Actually, I'm playing through the Boss Katana, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Mitch, when you heard me playing, that was through the Boss Katana. I have to say, I really like that Boss Katana. I really like the sound. It seems to be really good for like my style. Like that's a good tone for my kind of shredding and pick attack.
Definitely.
And I noticed that the last time when we recorded a video, I also played through that, and I remember thinking the same thing. Like, well, that's a really cool amp, really good sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good with your axe, man, and your playing style. It definitely fits you.
Yeah. Jeff Farham says, but LM is cooler than the other side of the pillow. Not sure what that means. Which pillow? There's no pillow. That makes me think of that movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You might not know that one.
Yeah.
It was Steve Martin and John Candy, and they're in a hotel together, and they had to share a bed because that's the only room they could get. And he goes, "Where's your hands right now?" And he goes, "Between two pillows." And he goes, "Those aren't two pillows."
I remember that.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Classic, by the way.
Dorteo says Guitar Max is his third favorite axe slinger.
Pretty fair.
Yeah, imagine if we could get all three of us in the same room together on the same live stream. Maybe one day, we'll see.
I need a better camera for that. Max is too buff, man. I don't think his muscles will fit in all of
we need like a wide-angle lens
Yeah.
to fit us all in the same... Or you'd have to pull the camera way back. Yeah. Anyway... let's see here. Which Boss Katana are you playing? He says he just got the Artist Generation 3. It's a beast.
Oh, okay. This is the older one. It's the MK50 number 2 model, and it's the 50-watt version, so that's why they call it that, I guess.
Okay, it's cool. I mean, it has built-in effects, right? Like with the reverb and the delay and stuff. And
Yeah, you could do a lot with it. I don't know how to really adjust all of it, to be honest with you. I just kind of like barely turn the knobs.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff you can do.
Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, I think it sounds great. Fantastic, absolutely. Just as good, if not, maybe even better than my Line 6 amp that I have. I think it's a 75-watt amp. I never really use it because I'm always playing through the computer, which is also Line 6 stuff. So I love my Line 6 stuff, but yeah, great sounding amp.
Yeah, we've had it for a while. You know, I bought it for Julie because she plays guitar out here and there, but she's used it like maybe once in the last 5 years.
Yeah, once in a great while. Yeah. Well, I think because for us and people like us, primarily our guitar playing, well, we're doing it at home. We're not out there playing a club. We're not doing live shows, and we're recording for the purposes of YouTube or videos on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. And so really the easiest way to do that is to go into, with an audio interface, like the way you're hooked up, how you normally do it. And you go into your audio interface, and then you've got your program on the computer with your amp settings and your effects and stuff. And that's just the easiest and most efficient way to do it. And kind of like not a whole lot of real practical use for actual amps for this kind of thing, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Jeff says, Lester Mitchell doesn't make anyone feel inadequate. Not on purpose, anyway. Heart of a teacher. Absolutely. Lester has got to be like just about the most humble guy that I've ever known. I mean, you heard him talking, right? I mean, he's just an amazing, fantastic player. Better than me, I'll say it again. And he's like, no. He's like, Captain Humble over here. So, absolutely. Somebody, Edward wants to know, what state are you guys in? Wow, that's top secret information. I don't know if we're allowed to give that out. Well, I'll go ahead. Go ahead and tell them what state we're in.
Yeah, we're in California, man. So we're the good old boys in California. Not in like, Hollywood, but we're close enough.
No. Yeah, I mean, everywhere in California is close to Hollywood, right? Yeah. No, we're not close to Hollywood. Yep. Let's see. Martin wants to know if we think that sims, like the amp simulators on the computer, are they as good as amps?
What do you think about that? Oh,
no, I'm gonna
Jinx?
No, I want you to answer first.
All right. Well, I haven't seen a good one that I've liked. Like, I have bias effects too on my computer. I have a few neural DSP plugins, but they always sound like really digital to the point where you can't really like differentiate dynamics, or I don't know. It could just be a me thing. Maybe it's a placebo effect, but like, it's just something that's missing. I don't know how you feel about it.
Well, I guess my perspective is that what I wanted to see with the online stuff is like, could I get the tone that I wanted, like the 80s kind of shred metal guitar tone? Could I get that tone, and would it be like acceptable? Would it be good enough, or would it be like, oh, it's only 80% there, not quite 100%? And what I found when I bought the Line 6 stuff, this is like 16 years ago, and I started playing around with it, none of the presets were, I mean, there was like hundreds of presets, and none of them were exactly what I was looking for. So I had to go in and find some that were close, but then I had to start changing things, maybe a different amp or a different speaker cabinet, and really took the time to go in and move the dials around and change things. And I would also take CDs, like my favorite CDs of my favorite guitar tones from the 80s, and I would put it on my computer, so I'm listening through the same speakers, I'm listening through my monitors. Okay, that's what the guitar sounds like from the CD, like let's say Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. And then I would pause it, and I'd go back to my sim, my amp, and I'm like, and I'm listening going, okay, does that sound like the CD? And okay, no, let me tweak a little bit here. Anyway, eventually I got something that was pretty much 100% like how I wanted it. So for me, I think it's great. I can get that really good 80s guitar tone. For me, the Line 6 stuff online on the computer is as good as a real amp. Now, would it be as good if I was trying to get like a really good blues tone, or like a fusion tone, or a country tone, or something like that? I don't know, because I haven't really, I don't really go into those areas. I can get some really good clean tones. That works out great too. So, I mean, as far as my little corner of the guitar tone spectrum, for me, it's just as good. And I don't really notice like a difference between. But I'm also not. I don't have like two Marshall stacks with tube amps that I'm turning up to 11 and going, does it sound the same? Does it sound the same? So I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. And with your Line 6 stuff that you use, you've actually convinced me that maybe Line 6 is pretty decent. Like, I never had a Line 6 before. I never like looked into it. But I always hear people like have mixed opinions. So I think in the future I might like trying to do something what you're doing, like maybe a Line 6 pod, or a pedal or something. Because it's really good tone you have on there.
Thank you. That's what I get comments on the most. On my, the videos, the live streams, people are always asking me, what amp are you using? What effects are you using? Even though I've talked about it like 10 billion times, there's always somebody new that doesn't know. But yeah, that's the question that comes up the most, because people seem to like my tone. Like, oh, that's really cool. I want to get that tone. How can I get that tone? And yeah, it's Line 6. I don't know what else to say.
Awesome, man. So with that being said, I mean, what do you think? You might want to do another jam, and I could pull up a different backing track, or I mean, how do you feel about that?
Okay, cool. My fingers are still pretty cold, but yeah, let's go for it. Why not?
Right,
what the heck? I'm here.
80s driving. Let's find one in E minor this time. We did A minor. Let's do E minor. 80s metal. All the good keywords, guys. 80s metal, rock, backing tracks.
Yeah. Maybe something in E minor, my favorite key.
Heck yeah.
Hey, we got Norma, which is George Teo's wife,
freelancers have
her
worked with
husband really enjoys watching our stuff.
developers,
Thanks, Norma.
marketers, you name it.
It's awesome.
The perfect one.
Ubi, hello Ubi. Howdy, howdy. What else we got here? Andy says fire and flames.
See what this track sounds like real quick, volume wise.
Let's see what it sounds like first of all.
Oh, it's got like that 80s ballad sound.
Well, maybe it'll start rocking. It's only 27 seconds long. Oh no, 9 minutes
Oh,
and
okay.
27 seconds.
That took me a minute too. I have trifocal, so I'm like, what's that? It's like Phil Collins or something. Another Day in Paradise.
This reminds me of like Survivor.
Yeah, Survivor. What do you think about that one?
That's fine.
All right, let's go ahead and I'll restart it, and I'm gonna put the mic down here so we can actually hear your guitar and everything. Forgive me, guys. You're not gonna hear us speaking for a minute. Put the mic down here for the shred. So, all right. Let's see. I'll let you go first. So I can mess with the sounds.
Oh, is that how they're hearing us talk through that mic?
Mhm.
Are you sharing that mic for the? Ah, okay. I see. That's why you have to keep moving it.
Oh, I need to get two SM57s. I need a bigger interface. I need two of those.
Dan Carson.
Oh, what's up? speak. Where's the mic? Okay.
Okay. I could not follow up after that last little segment that you did there. I wasn't even going to try.
Ridiculous. I think you got me beat on that one, man. I kept playing all the wrong things. Like, what am I playing?
Lester was just showing off at that point. Hey, thanks to Angry Trucker Bob donating $5 for the Finger Ease Fund.
Oh my goodness. Heck yeah. Thank you for that, man.
Yeah, very cool, right? Yeah. Punk Rocket says he wants to finger tap so bad. I know the technique, but the sound is not coming out like it should. So what should he do?
Man, well, I gotta say, first of all, that happens to me all the time. In fact, that happened to me just now. So, yeah, gotta go slow with it, man. I think you probably have better advice since you have better tapping, I think.
Well, not necessarily, but just practice makes perfect, right? I mean, with any technique, anything you're trying to do and it just doesn't sound good, it doesn't sound right, just do it slower. Maybe you're trying to do it like really fast, at first, and it's not sounding right. So I would just say slow it way down, and then, as Lester always says, do it with a metronome. But yeah, just do it slow and just keep practicing it. Anything. I think just about anything. If you practice it enough over time, you'll get better at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well said, definitely.
I mean, you're the professional guitar teacher, not me. So.
Hey, man, I don't know. You're up there in skill. So I mean. Honestly, and since we're on the topic of like teaching and stuff, like you see me play in my videos, you see me do playing here. Like, if you can give me any like advice that you feel like would benefit me, like if you ever thought like Lester might benefit from doing, I don't know, maybe this type of whatever. Like, is there anything you can give me that would be? Oh, buddy.
Well, let's see. My advice would be to put a bark collar on your dog. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, buddy. Come on.
I don't necessarily have any advice now. I think a few years ago I did, but I've seen amazing kind of growth, I would say, in your playing over the past few years. It was, even a few years ago, you were amazingly fast and technical and just doing this amazing stuff that's, precise. I couldn't do it that fast and that precise. But maybe it was lacking a little bit in the kind of the musical aspect of it, or the like kind of the melody, rather than just playing as many notes as you can to make it a little more musical. But you've done that already, so that's reflected now in your new song. So when you do you do a guitar review or a pedal review, like every time you're like, I wrote a new jam, a new song just for this video to demonstrate this pedal, and like, here's a new song. And I'm hearing, and like I said, for the past few years, I've seen you do more and more of that, where it's not just a mindless shred fest. There's structure to the song, it's got melody, there's a musicalness to it. I keep trying to say musical aspect, and I think you're doing great on all that stuff. So I really don't think there's anything that like I could tell you that you should do or teach you or anything like that. I mean, it really should be the other way around. Like, dude, why don't you try doing this? Or, I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, thank you for that. That's very flattering coming from you, and I totally agree with you. I remember back then, and I don't know how many people are here that saw my old videos, and if you haven't seen them, don't go looking for them, but unless you want to. Yeah, the playing was really bad. I look back on some stuff.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. No, not bad. But like I said, maybe it didn't have as much of a sense of melody and musical song structure. Maybe, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And then I listened to some of these guys and I was like, what do I like about their playing? And then you were a big influence because when we started talking, and more like 4 years ago, more than we used to, something like that.
Yeah, it was before the Guitar Max Shred contest, and that was that 4 years ago now, maybe?
That's crazy.
So it was before that, so maybe it's been 5 years, 6 years, I don't know.
Where's the time go? That's just crazy, man. But yeah, I remember I'd listen to your playing and I'd be like, man, like, what is it that sounds so good about that? And it's one, I realized, I think other people could agree, the harmonies are really nicely done. I mean, the wall of just like it's just so emotional, like all the different choices of notes you pick, and then like you were saying, the more melodic structure too. So those 2 points I noticed in your playing, and I was like, I need to really like get into this more. And then when I listen to other people, I can't talk, people that I like listening to, I realize the same thing. Like, oh, they're doing the same like melodic, like you're playing thirds or whatever. And that kind of went over my head when I was younger because I was just like, I didn't have like good guidance with guitar teachers or anything, and well, I'm not talking bad about anybody in particular, but I just didn't really have good guidance. And so like when we started talking, it was a lot more help to me. And I remember you give me like little tips like here and there with like mixing too. So yeah, if you guys like my mixes, you got to thank Richard for that because he gave me some good tips back, and I wouldn't know what I was doing without that. So thanks again for all that help, man, over the years, honestly.
Well, on the flip side of that, you were ahead of me as far as how to make better YouTube videos, as far as like the picture quality and the lighting and stuff. So, just so everybody out there knows that when I decided, okay, I really need to give this like YouTube thing a shot, and I was asking you questions, and you're the one that told me like, you can't use your cell phone. That's not going to give you a good enough picture. You got to get this Canon camera. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the lights and a lot of those like technical aspects of recording the videos and how to make the videos look better and sound better. And I was asking Lester how to do that because he was already doing that ahead of me. So, I mean, we just, I think we support each other a lot in various things. And sometimes when I'm like really frustrated about something, I'll send Lester a message and be like, dude, you won't believe what happened today or what this guy said today. And then, and then he'll laugh about it and we'll say something to each other about it. And then you'll do the same thing. He'll take a screenshot of something and be like, dude, check this out. So we're always kind of like supporting each other, I guess. Emotionally, if you will.
That's great. Yeah, I agree with you on that, man.
It's good. It's good to have a friend that we're both doing the same thing, so that when they're the highs and the lows, like so, hey, look at this really cool thing. Check out something exciting, and I can tell you because a lot of other people in my life, they just wouldn't understand why that's exciting. Something to do with YouTube or guitar, and Lester's gonna understand why I'm excited about it, and other people wouldn't. And the same thing when there's like something really frustrating or something, it's like, oh man, I can't believe this. And then you understand because you go through the same things with the YouTube videos and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you.
Yeah. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Mitch says, there is not a more humble guy than Lester. I totally agree. Chuck says, Lester's dog loves me. Okay. And Ubi says, that's what he lacks, musicality and technicality. Pretty much all of it. All right. Practice makes perfect, Ubi. Music and Gear says, Lester has chops. He's a good guitar player, a solid player. Absolutely. Let's see. And Mitch says, this will definitely help you get a new PC. We can all do a GoFundMe for you. Oh, all right. I'm down for that. Scott says, how's my doggy? My dog, he's great. He's doing fine. Yeah, he's doing fine. He's not here today. He couldn't make the trip, but he's doing good. Jefferham says that I always crack him up. Well, hey, I'll take it. Cool, sounds good to me. And then we got Sanctus Fractus. Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
Sanctus Fractus, the last one. Says, good evening, guys.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know that.
I don't recognize the name either. Sanctus, do you watch my channel or just Lester's channel, or you watch both our channels? I don't remember seeing you in the chat before, but maybe you've been there. I can't remember everybody. Sorry. He's probably like, dude, I comment every week. How could you say that? If I'm forgetting you, I apologize. But yeah, Jefferham agrees that a new PC helped immensely for his needs, and so he agreed. I guess no, he's not saying he agrees. He's saying that the new PC helped him. So therefore, I'm saying it would help you too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, well, did you buy a lottery ticket yesterday? It was up to like over $1 billion.
I wish. I need to get on that.
Somebody in California won.
Yeah.
But it wasn't you, because you didn't buy a ticket. No. And it wasn't me. I did buy a ticket, but I was not the winner either. I should have just not bought a ticket, because my chances would have been the same. 0.
Yeah.
All right. You guys got any questions? What else should we discuss or talk about here?
Yeah, you got any good licks you can show me? Any good Richard James signature licks?
Yeah, but do I want to show you all my secrets? Then you'll master it in like 2 seconds, and then in your next video, you're going to be like, guys, check out this new song I wrote, and then in the song is going to be like, and people will be like, Lester, that's the most amazing look ever. I stole it from the Bald Shredder.
Next lesson package coming out. Bald Shredder signature licks.
Oh, yeah. And I'll get 0% of that. I could probably show you something. You don't need to move the mic.
Yeah, just turn it up a bit. No, go ahead and play a little and we'll check that out and see.
Okay, something like this. Let's say like right here on the D string and the G string. This is something I do a lot, where I'm basically going to do a 3-note pattern on each string, like, and I'm going to mute the strings with my palm over here, and so you're kind of muting as you go up, and then not muting as I pull off and make like the G string, the second set of notes a little bit sharper sounding. Here, you'll see what I mean when I do it. Something like this. It's harder to do it slow than it is fast. Let me do it faster.
Jeez.
And I'm doing a pinch harmonic on the top note. So
nice picking. That's crazy.
So I'm pulling off when I go back down, but picking the first note, and then I'll usually kind of go up the scale. So what do you think?
It's pretty awesome, man. So, palm muting. That's awkward. The sequence is interesting. I want to speed it up even though I can't do it yet. I'm like a kid, like I'm just gonna get into that.
Yeah. Oh, but you could tailor it to like, if it's like, you're going, because it seemed like you were wanting to add in like extra notes maybe, rather than just 1 2 3 1 2 3. But you could do it however you want. I mean, just the basic idea is that you're palm muting the first set as you go up, and then you're not palm muting, and then you're pulling off on the way down.
That's nice.
And I mean, you could even do it like as a string skip lick, like, right, something like that. It kind of gives it's kind of like a Paul Gilbert Racer X sounding lick, although his were probably much more complicated, but that's kind of the thing I'm going for with that, is something that's in that vein.
Wow.
But yeah, just kind of palm muting the first 6 notes or whatever, and then not palm muting, and then pulling off the next 6 notes.
That was always something I always had a really hard time with. I don't know about you guys, but like doing any kind of like string skipping, like shred licks, like Paul Gilbert does, is always super awkward for me. And I think it's probably because I kind of like, I don't say I suck at alternate picking, but I kind of suck. I use a lot of economy picking, so I do a lot of like extra downstrokes and then upstrokes. So I'm never like perfectly even. And then when I go to do like these string skipping licks like you're doing, you have to have like really tight alternate picking, I noticed, with your right hand. And your right hand's like a little motor. I see it just getting in there. It reminds me of like Frank Gamble. I watched, am I saying his name right? His last name. I always say it wrong.
Frank Gambale.
Gambale, there you go.
Yeah.
That dude's picking, like how he does that, looks very similar to how you're like scooping in and out. And I've always had a hard time with that, like I said, the string skipping thing. It's been awkward for me. But that is sick. I don't know about you guys. Hopefully you're trying the same thing out, so I don't, sucking here.
Well, and then if you really want to get fancy, you can try to skip 2 strings. So instead of just skipping 1 string, so I did, but you can go down to the D string.
Oh my goodness.
Let me see if I can work up to it. I'll try to do the first 2, and then I'll skip 1, and then I'll skip 2. I've done this in my live streams before, by the way, so you guys might have seen me and heard me doing this before. If I pull it off, like, it sounds really good and it sounds really cool. If I don't pull it off, then it ends up being like kind of sloppy sounding. So it just depends. You never know. Something like that. But I wasn't palm muting. I was just basically picking the notes as best as I could. That one came off pretty good. Pretty decent.
That's actually pretty sick exercise. I like how you did that because you like sequentially went down like each string skipping pattern after.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
I don't know if I could do that in a different spot on the neck because I kind of always play it. I always play that right there in that exact spot because I'm afraid to like try it somewhere else because let me just for poops and giggles, let me see if I could play it somewhere else. Let's try it. Maybe right here. And I think I'm not, because I'm doing it so fast, that sounds like, oh wow, you're hitting all the notes, but I think I'm actually not really even hitting all the notes. I might even just be hitting like one note. Just like it's kind of like looks like I'm doing stuff but I might only be hitting 2 notes technically if you slowed down the camera and looked at it. But it still sounds cool.
That's nice, man. I like that. So, just to make sure I got this understood, like you're doing like that motion. That's a big jump, man. That's awkward to jump. That's so quick. The dog doesn't like you doing that either. He says, shut up. Yeah, okay, that's enough embarrassing.
You were already doing it. You're already doing it. So, yeah.
I'll have to work on
I don't
that.
think it was that hard for you.
That's pretty tricky. That's awkward. Yeah, that's an interesting one. So I'll definitely keep that in mind. The string skipping 2 strings. I've never done that before, to be honest with you. That's the first, so I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Let me show you like another. This was an actual. I think it was a Paul Gilbert lick, or maybe a Bruce Boyer lick, from one of their live solos from the live album. And it involves, again, is string skipping, but you're also skipping one of the notes in the scale. So instead of going, you skip this note, and then you skip a string, and you come up here to these 3 notes. So you're skipping this note on that string and then that note. So something like that.
So I'm kind of blind here. So palm key.
And I'm just hammering on. I'm not picking every note. I'm just hammering on. Well, you could do that. I didn't do that, but you could do that. Yeah, you're already thinking ahead.
You showed me that last time you were here, by the way. I want to show you that. I'm trying to get that. Richard showed me that slidey thing last time. I was like, what did you do there? And he's like, you don't know what that is? I know. I was like,
Let me see if I can do it. Cold hands. I can't do it. My hands are too cold. What I'm trying to do, guys, is like this.
Jeez.
Something
That's
like
crazy.
that. And I need to cut my fingernails too. That doesn't help.
That was nuts, man. Like you went so fast on like a laser, like a zoom sound. That was fast, man. I don't know the best way I could describe it. But that's sick, man. Like like I said, like I think a lot of people would agree those are very signature, like Richard James licks.
I guess. I won't argue with you. Okay, let's see what they're saying in the chat here. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, Jefferham says he's not sure he ever commented on my channel. How dare you, Jefferham? I'm just kidding. That's cool. Oh, New Mexico Saint. What's up, dude? Hope you had a good Christmas. Oh, Sanctus. He's formerly Riff Lord. Now I know who you are. Okay, you changed your name. That's why I was thrown off.
Makes sense.
And Scott from South Carolina says HP has good sales on laptops. Good to know. And Edward wants to know if that is a Tele guitar that you're playing. Yeah, tell those guys what it is.
Yeah, this is the AIO Relic Telecaster model. You can check out the review video on my channel if you want to know a little bit more about it. But yeah, I hope you can kind of see that in my dim lit apartment here.
And Mitch wants to know if your neighbors complain about the noise.
No, but you know, we don't ever usually do like open jams like this. Usually I have headphones or like these monitors we turn down. This is a rare occasion, so they shouldn't mind too much.
Yeah. I mean, and also, you know, like he said, he's using headphones because he's not playing through an actual amp. He's playing through the audio interface into the computer, and you don't even need to use actual speakers. You can just use headphones, and then
Guitar Max is here.
nobody's gonna hear it. Guitar Max is here. Hey, what's up, Max? Happy holidays. Hope you had a good Christmas. Very cool to see you, Max. You're the third person that we need sitting right here, so we could do like a Leather Wolf style triple jam. 3 guitars in harmony. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Heck yeah.
Yeah, very cool. And Tom F. So I got to say hi to Tom F. Tom. And we got Tyler. Tyler Shep Shreds in there.
What's up, Tyler?
You've done videos with him, right?
Yeah, talented kid. He can play all my stuff, and I don't even remember half my songs, and he shows me how my songs go. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
that's what that is.
Very cool. Yeah. Hey, Max says, count me in, guys. You know what, Max? Next time, you're going to need to fly your plane up here to where Lester is in California. Fly it all the way up here. And I'll tag along, so that way I won't have to drive that time. And we'll just fly up. There's even an airport. There's a local airport in this city, right?
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. We could just land right there. Lester could go pick us up. We could come over here and jam.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Sounds like a plan. Max is like, oh no, what have I done? What have I got myself into? Never mind on that. Anyway. And then Dejan Stankovic from Serbia. You know that guy?
Oh, yeah. He's recently subscribed to the channel. Nice guy.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So, what do you have coming up as far as videos or things you might be planning or working on that you're going to upload on your channel in the near future?
Oh, sure, yeah. So I got a couple more guitar reviews coming up, some pedal reviews, a lot of new music. As you guys know, I put new music for every review video, so I got a lot of new songs coming out, and maybe some more lesson content for the members here on the channel. But that's pretty much it. But I'm more curious to what you got going on. Any good exciting stuff on your channel coming up?
Well, there always is. There's always new stuff. There's no shortage of new stuff. In fact, there always seems to be more content than there is time for me to get the content out there. So coming up in January, well, there will be the video that we recorded today. I mean, I know we're doing a live stream right now, but before we got on the live stream, we recorded a video of me presenting this guitar. If you guys, I don't think it's so dark you can't see the headstock. This is the Ricotta guitar, guys. So I gave this to Lester. This is his now. I'm playing Lester's guitar. So you'll see a video on that coming up pretty quick after the first of the year. On January 1st, which is Wednesday next week, my normal live stream day, I think this is going to happen. I think Metal Dude will be hosting that live stream on Wednesday coming up. Yeah, January 1st. What else? I've got the new Festley Strat guitar. I think it's called the Festley FST 1000. If you know, I did that Festley Telly style recently. That was like the blue color.
Oh yeah.
So it's very similar to that in specs. It's got like the roasted maple neck and the Wilkinson pickups and the Wilkinson bridge, and it's like a big step up from their previous stuff as far as quality and how good it is. So that'll be in mid-January sometime. West Creek. You just did the West Creek video recently, the guitar that Max gave you.
Oh yeah.
So I've got another West Creek video coming up. It is their high voltage guitar, which is kind of like the Jackson Star Shape. Like this, and then it's got this piece, and then the two pieces in the back.
Oh.
It's called the high voltage. So I'll be doing a video on that, and that guitar is really nice. And then, just whatever. I still have a lot of my custom builds at home that I need to do videos for. A couple of really cool ones. So that's about all I can confirm at the moment. Oh, let me say one more thing though. The video that I did for that diamond guitar, where I received a bunch of backlash from people and a bunch of really horrible comments, and I took the video down. That video will be going back up very soon, after the first of the year, pretty much in its entirety. So yeah, so I'll be putting that back up, and I hope this is what I'm telling myself anyway, that I'm not gonna let something that I see in the comments bother me enough that I end up like taking a video down or something. I should have never done that in the first place, but it was a knee-jerk reaction, and these things happen. Unfortunately, it happened one time, and anyway, that's what I got. That's what I got going on.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I mean, I'm always impressed with the amount of content you produce. You always have, high quality content, awesome jams, and you do it in such a way that's like, once, twice a week. It kind of blows my mind. But when you did that diamond thing, and you got all that nonsense that happened, I watched that video all the way through. I don't know how many guys did, but I didn't see any issue with the video, and like, you didn't say anything negative. I didn't see anything like when people flipped out. I was like, this is ridiculous, over nothing. And
I just kind of panicked because they were claiming stuff that was absolutely not true. And they were going to report me to the company, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to report me? I'm going to get in trouble? And it was just kind of like I said, a knee-jerk reaction, and I panicked, and I took the video down rather than I should have just taken a deep breath and going, okay, whatever, but anyway, live and learn, right? Live and learn. So, hey, so let's look at some of the comments here. Martin says that I sound like I'm totally warmed up. Well, I'm about 50% warmed up, Martin. Thank you very much. Jeff says he likes my Festley Primo Telly review. Very cool. Thanks, Jeff. Searching for Tone is in there. Guitar Max. He has got, so speaking of stuff coming up, Guitar Max is going to be doing some new reviews on the new SBS. Those are the Steve Brown sound guitars. And he says, we could all play those for a video. Well, we could, Max, if we could all get in the same place at the same time. Wouldn't that be cool? Because he's got 3 of them. He's got a purple, a yellow, and a sunburst. That would be awesome.
Definitely, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Bad Joke Gaming says he got the Leo James silver box. That was the little multi-effects pedal. And he feels bad. There's another company selling the same thing under a different name. Yeah, unfortunately that happens with those, like the pedals and stuff. You'll see the same pedal from like 3 or 4 different companies with a different logo on it, or maybe the case is a different color. You know, it's the same thing with that. What was that other pedal I did? The purple one.
Oh, the Tank G thing.
Tank G. Like there was 2 different names. You know, it was essentially the same pedal, and yeah. Anyway, Jeff wants to know if any of us 3 shredders, so I think he's referring to you, me, and Max, if we have played a GOC. Do you know what a GOC is?
Mm-mm.
I don't either. What's the GOC? Maybe Max would know. Max, do you know what a GOC is? Thanks, Tom. I appreciate your comment, Tom. This play says, this is a sick collab. I can't stop and chat, but will most definitely be watching the replay. Thanks, this play. And then Blue Mox, talking about a sawtooth guitar that he has. All right.
Killer.
Oh, all right. Well, we got 36 people watching, it looks like. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it's a record for this, for my channel at least.
Is it really?
Yeah.
36 at once? Yeah? Okay, that's cool. Excellent. Moving up. Maybe we should just do like a trading licks thing. Like you play, you know, for a few seconds, and then I'll play for a few seconds, and then, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Don't try to embarrass me, though.
That goes both ways. That goes both ways, man.
All
All right, let's see.
you have to put the mic down there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and turn this volume down a bit.
Oh yeah, turn it down. We don't want to blast people out.
You're gonna be like, why are you guys trying to make us deaf, man? This is the SM57, by the way, so
Yeah.
extra good sound quality there. That's reserved for Richard's tone. There we go. All right, try
I'm not gonna attempt to copy your licks necessarily. Maybe I'll, because I can't. But we'll just, you know, you play something, I'll play something without a backing track this time. Okay.
Just like a short lick?
Yeah. Just straight back.
I do this one a lot, so let's go with this for warming up.
I said I wasn't gonna copy your lick, and then I'm trying to copy your lick. Okay. Whatever. Oh, you had to throw in something fancy there. Yeah. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Oh, they said I was much louder. I was much louder. Sorry about that, guys.
Let's see.
Someone's guitar was buzzing. Probably mine. Maybe I forgot to turn down my volume when I wasn't playing. Tim says we're hot tonight, and New Mexico Saint is digging it. And Scott says Bald Shredder playing Bach. Was I? Maybe that little kind of classical sounding thing.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. I like that one. That was really awesome, man.
I've been playing that lick for years.
Have you?
Yeah, it's just something I thought came up with a long time ago.
Oh man.
Tim says it looks like Richard brought one of his Leo James guitars. This is not a Leo James guitar. This is the Ricotta. The Ricotta guitar, if you know what that is. It was made by Leo James, but you guys can't see what it says on the headstock because it's too dark. But this is the Ricotta that I have given to Lester. Tyler wants to know if I've ever played a 7 or an 8 string. I did play a 7 string. It was an IYV 7 string guitar, and there is a video on that on my channel, and that I think that's literally the only time I've played a 7 string guitar, and it was like kind of awkward, you know. It's like you've got that extra low string up here.
Oh yeah.
Right? Is it a B string? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, back in the 80s with the 80s like hard rock and stuff, they weren't playing the 7 strings with the low tune down, like drum. That came later on. So, kind of not my thing, you know.
Totally understandable there.
What do you think about 7 string guitars?
You know, they're pretty interesting. I haven't owned one, you know, in the whole time I've been playing guitar in 23 years. And then, like you said, listening to most music, which is 6 strings. I didn't realize that people were using 7 strings, I guess, like in like backgrounds. Like, I guess Steve Vai was using it in some records back in like the 90s. I had no idea. I didn't pay attention. I was like, oh, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So like, oh, if Steve Vai gave it a try, I guess I can be open-minded. Like, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
So, could be in the future. We'll see.
So are you saying that there's a chance that you might have a 7 string guitar video coming up in the near future?
Very possible. Very possible.
You heard it here first,
No.
folks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing that. What else people are saying? Birdman says AIO guitars looking great. Indeed. And Mario says, shut the duck up and play the ducking guitar. Mario, we just did that. We just played both of these ducking guitars.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're ducking talking.
I got a question, Mario. Is Luigi with you by chance? No.
I don't know.
I'm a big Mario fan, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, what else could we chat about? Or should we play some more licks or what? I don't know.
Yeah, up to you. You feel good enough to do some more jamming? Or...
I'm sure.
All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and put this mic back down. Forgive us, guys. We'll up my volume a little bit, too.
Can we check the levels again? Because somebody
Yeah.
said my guitar was way louder than yours.
Let's see. Go ahead and jam a bit.
Just to satisfy the request, let's do something really simple in harmony. What if we do something like just in one position? You know what? Let's try that lick I showed you. But it doesn't have to be like super fast. There you go, guys. Harmony.
There you go. Harmonized back and forth. We did it.
All right. All right. You play something.
I'm going to play like a riff and you want to shred on it.
Okay. I'll try.
Cool.
Alrighty. Sounding good. Alright, so let's see.
There we go. Put this back here.
Alright, so New Mexico Saint says, yeah, man. And Chuck says, sounds awesome, guys. J-Rod, love that name. Nice, good old-fashioned jam session. Tyler says, nice jamming, guys. Thanks, Tyler. T-Bird giving us the fingers. Very cool. Yeah. And that's kind of like, yeah. That's about it.
Oh, killer. Heck yeah.
Oh, and we got Jamie Lynn Morris. Hey, what's up, Jamie? Hope you had a great Christmas, Jamie. Thanks for jumping into Lester's live stream. Yeah, very cool.
Definitely.
And Tom says, that was sweet. Okay, very cool.
I think I ripped that riff off, by the way, from like a version of "It's Not Love" by Dawkins. I just changed the pitch.
Oh, yeah. The Dawkins, yeah, It's Not Love is in A minor.
Yep.
And you went to E minor. At first, I thought you were playing like the riff from When Heaven Comes Down, which is a song on their album Tooth and Nail. And it goes like...
Oh, what's it doing?
Because it's that same chord that you were doing, which is the same one from It's Not Love.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Actually, George Lynch uses that little chord variation right there in like a whole bunch of Dawkins songs. And Lynch Mob too. Wicked Sensation. I forget what key that's in. The same thing. Yeah, he uses that in a bunch of songs. So
That's one guy I've always had a hard time like I've tried learning some of the songs, but like looking at the solos, even though it has like the rhythm like notated like okay, eighth notes or whatever, I have a hard time like getting the feel of his solos. Like it's always match. I don't know how you ever like overcome that, but it's like went over my head. Kind of like Eddie Van Halen. It kind of goes over my head how they're like the timing of it. It just feels so unnatural to me, I guess.
probably that has to do with like in the case of George anyway, he's not really like a schooled guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think he knows a lot about like theory, and he's more of like just an improviser and just kind of just playing whatever feels right. So it's not like somebody like Paul Gilbert who's playing all the perfect notes and the timing is exactly right. George Lynch is just kind of plays outside the box a little bit, and maybe the same thing with Eddie Van Halen. It is more of a feel-based player, so it's kind of hard to like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna copy what he's doing, but a lot of times, in fact, I think most of the time, at least on those classic Dawkins records, he just improvised those solos in the studio.
Oh wow!
And he didn't like plan them out, and I think with the exception being the solo for Tooth and Nail, I've heard him say before that's the only solo that he ever wrote out in advance. I don't know if that's true, but he has said that.
Wow.
And yeah, he would just improvise different solos over and over in the studio. And here's the weird part. Here's the funny part. He'd record like say 4 different solos for the same song, the same solo section. So record one, mute that track, record a second one, third one, and then he, or maybe just the producer, or together, they would go through and pick the best parts of each one and piece it together. He wouldn't re-record it. They would just use a piece of that one, and then a piece of that one, and a piece of that one. And then when we heard it on the record, on the album, it sounds like one continuous solo, but they just took little pieces and pieced it together like that. It's kind of crazy.
That is crazy. That makes a lot more sense, though. I've always been bad at like improvising stuff. I try to work on that more, but like sitting there and writing stuff out, it's like I can do that, but like just jumping into it like that, I can't imagine, especially when you're like recording in a studio. That's got to be like, that's just a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it that way either. Anytime I record stuff, of course at the very beginning I'm improvising to come up with the ideas, but then once I get the solo worked out and I know what I'm gonna play for that whole section, then I just practice that same thing over a bunch of times until I have it smooth, and then okay, now I'll record it, or now I'll do the video. But I don't ever just like, okay, record and totally improvising and then whoa, there's the solo. It's just I need to like write it out and then practice it and plan it. Yeah.
Hey, it works out, man. And Tiger vs. Dragon, is my favorite song that you made. Like, I mean, all your music's good, but Tiger vs. Dragon, that's like, man, it's just killer. Especially the little riff you did in the beginning. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know how you like. I never really figured that part out, but.
I just want to. I'll answer that here in just a second, but you need to say thank you to Jamie.
Oh, look at that! Got a
and New Mexico Saint
donations. Hey, thank you guys for that.
Whoa! New Mexico Saint gave you $49.99. $50.
That's crazy. Wow, man. Well, thanks for donating to the channel, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
honestly,
very cool. It's very cool.
Very generous of you.
What else we got going on here? Let's see. Tim is saying, Sean over at Scar My Guitar going live at 10 p.m. Alrighty. Keep that in mind, guys, if you're still awake. And Jamie says she got the Leo James Hurricane, the deluxe Hurricane. That was her gift to herself. Well, Merry Christmas there, Jamie. I hope you like it.
Heck yeah.
Tim says he's getting a Fesley, the FLP 350. That's the one you had, right?
Yeah. It's a killer one.
Alrighty. Tyler says, you improv all the time, Lester. LOL.
Oh, I'm glad you think so, Tyler. I'm glad I'm doing all right then. I'll take your approval.
Yeah. Alrighty. So what was I saying about? Oh, Tiger versus Dragon. So the very opening lick for Tiger versus Dragon, it's like, right? I could not. I think I haven't. This has been several years since I recorded that song. This is like something. Something like. Anyway, to play that as fast as I played it on the CD, on the actual song, the recording, I couldn't do that lick fast enough. Like, because it goes from, and then I have to jump down here. Something like that. I had to record this part on one track, and then I had to go on another track and, go back and like back it up again, and then hit the record where that part's already there, so I'm ready to do this part right when it comes up. Something like that. So I had to do like a piece and a piece on two different tracks. A piece of that one, then a piece of that. It sounds like, when you listen to the song, it sounds like I'm playing the whole thing like, but I couldn't play it all together.
Oh man.
So I had to do a little studio trickery there Thank goodness I've never had to play that song live because I wouldn't be able to pull off that part. I couldn't get my fingers into position fast enough, is what I'm trying to say, for the second half of the little lick. Every time I moved to the next position, I just couldn't do it.
Oh, man.
So I had to record a piece, and then just sounds like I'm playing it all together, but I wasn't.
That makes me feel a lot better, man. Because I remember I was trying to like I was listening to your song, trying to tab it out. I was like, how is he doing that? And where is he going? I was like, what is that moving? It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
And it was so tight. I was like, that's bonkers.
Maybe if I would have practiced it a lot, over and over and over, maybe I could have eventually got it. But just for the sake of time, I just did it that way.
Jeez, man. Yeah, that's killer.
So let's see here. New Mexico Saint says his Black Monsoon is about to get some cosmetic upgrades. Well, what would those be, dude? What would they be? And Tyler wants to know what's my favorite modern prog song, if you have one. And the answer is I don't have one. I don't really listen to modern prog. Yeah. So I couldn't even tell you, maybe who are the modern prog bands?
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. Exactly. I'm so behind the times too.
I mean, was Dream Theater considered prog?
Yeah, I guess
But they're not modern. They're an old band.
Yeah, I guess they're prog rock or something. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Anyway, well, I think I need to kind of wrap up my participation here in the live stream, guys. I'm gonna have to be hitting the road. We've been on here for about an hour and a half. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who has tuned in. Really cool to see you guys here. Really cool to be here in the Lester Mitchell official studio.
Yeah,
With the flashing pole light back here. This is really cool.
Oh, you like
Cool
that?
format, yeah.
Julie got this for me off on a Black Friday deal on Amazon. I think it was like
Very
27
cool.
bucks, but
Yeah.
I love that
Look
thing.
at that.
I feel like I'm in
Lighting up my arm.
a bar or something now.
Yeah. Exactly. So very cool. So if there's any last questions or comments you guys want to get in before I sign off, now's your chance.
And by the way, thanks for coming over again, man, and doing this live stream with me. I know it's not the most spacious apartment, so I appreciate you working with what we got.
Yeah, hey, there's enough room. We made it work. So very cool. Scott says, thanks, Richard. We must do this again. Yeah, we'll do it again. Maybe in the summertime, or maybe again next Christmas, or maybe both. We'll see. Whatever our schedules will allow.
Heck yeah. Oh, you just reminded me also. I kind of have a gift for you, but it's like kind of sort of a joke gift, because I don't know if it's really going to be that exciting for you.
It's going to be a wig.
Yeah, if only. I wish I had a good wig for you. I'll be right back. Let me grab that. Gotta move this stuff out of the way. Oh, there it is.
What could it be? I have no idea, guys.
Something you already kind of have, but
What could
not
it
this version of it. So
Not this version of it.
that's a very vague thing. So here you go, sir. That's my small gift to you.
Don't tell me this is the...
You're gonna get a laugh out of this.
Oh, just what I always wanted. Is this like the Tank G? Oh, it is the Tank G. Wow,
Yeah.
Another Tank G.
Oh boy.
Wow, exactly what I wanted.
In black.
In black. I thought I was good when I got rid of the other Tank G that I already had. I think I included the Tank G with the solar guitar. The white solar guitar that I had, remember that New Mexico Saint sent me, and then I sold that to one of my viewers, and I threw in the Tank G as part of the package, and it was the purple one, so I got rid of that one. Now what am I gonna do with this one?
Hey, I got some presets on there, some Lester Mitchell presets. So yeah, that's extra bonus. Oh boy.
All right, boy, There's just no escaping the Tank G.
It comes back to you, man.
Guess what I'm gonna have for you next Christmas?
Oh yeah. Maybe the purple one.
Or the blue one, or whatever.
Lakato name on there. There you go. Extra fancy.
There you go. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much.
Gorgeous.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay, guys. So that's it.
Awesome. We're signing
Enjoy the
off.
rest of your week. Well, that's only tonight. Okay, later, guys.
All right. Bye. The dog has to say it too.
Wait a minute. I didn't say you could sign off.